Evening, Henry of Skalitz.
And a good evening to you too.
We could do with a couple of lasses. Ha ha! Janos and Ada are back, so that's a reason to celebrate.
Let's have a toast to that.
Toast? Nah, we get drunk like hogs.
To pytam się jej, czy nie chce wskoczyć na konika.
Ada, for fuck's sake!
A wiesz co ona mi na to?
She says she don't understand shit, huh?
Shut the fuck up!
A co ty taki wrażliwy?
Did Henry take his sweet time with a rope? Or are you this stupid from birth and I just...
Nah, he's thicker now. If Henry let him choke any longer, he'd be...
Chcesz mordę?
Shut up!
What biting your arse, devil, huh?
I wanted to say I'm glad you and Ada are back. But I don't feel like it anymore.
No to my się sami napijemy.
Yeah!
You should raise a toast to Henry. You'd be dead if it wasn't for him.
I suppose so.
Ungrateful bastards! That we should all thank Henry for bringing us to the same table and so...
To me then.
May he live long and longer for every drink.
Ah, how you drink, he live forever.
Want to punch in the snout.
Don't start, you pair of cocks. To Henry!
To Henry.
Za tę śliczną cycatkę z łaźni.
Only then you have...
Tell us about it, Henry.
I also found Matthew, but he grew tired of your pack. He prefers robbing...
Zdradziecki zapluty szczur.
What did he say?
Nothing nice, I'd imagine. But if...
What about the red?
And Raniek is dead.
Somebody rammed dice down his throat.
Not quite. But it was dice that paid him back in the end.
Kurwa! Dał słowo, że tym razem na pewno wygra.
Don't feel bad, hey? What about the rest?
And Bahuta, so he could pass the Lord's judgment.
Co za jełop. Nawet Bóg ma go w dupie. Ha!
He got to try hard. Fuck.
That's it.
So, we...
Unfortunately. But the...
So, to loyal brothers in arms.
Yeah, to us!
W moim ogródeczku rośnie ruzysk. Nie chcę, nie napoję, bo się
Nice. We also have one like that.
To teraz ty, młodzieniarz.
What did he say?
He's a used...
I'd be delighted. Underneath our windows, walk, take my little horse there. I won't water him though.
Cudownie.
Henry, my friend. Janos,
A mnie nie?
you most, my...
No to wypij.
What did he say?
We drink to that.
Sorry, fellas, but I'm off to...
Shame.
Oh, kurwa. I feel like shit.
So, how did your trial...
Well, I still have both my shoes. I woke up, so I suppose it was...
I'm jealous. At my age, a hangover...
You always drink like that.
Almost always. The mornings are hard, and often you're stumped.
So what's next, now that your band is back together?
Well, I've got Kubienka, Adar, and Janos. So now we just have to figure out how to give hell to Sigismund.
What am I to do? So what's next, now that...
Well, I've got Quebec. Now we just have to figure...
What am I to do? Why do they call you the dry...
Why do they call you fuckhead?
But they don't call...
All right, I was only joking. And my natural beauty. It's certainly catchier than His Grace Sir Hinnick the First. That name wouldn't scare a fucking coward. But
How do you know Kubienka?
he saved my arse back at Neuhof. I thought we were fucked. But then, Kubienka...
What did he get for it?
The first thing he got was a good fucking beating. Because we thought... But after we escaped, we made sure he did...
How long have you known Zizka?
It's been a while. He served with...
So you were his commander, sir?
That's water under the bridge now. I'm just an old... I don't give a shit about the sirs anymore.
Ah, all right then.
Well, based on what you two have been through, I'd say you should... When everything is fucked, people around you are...
I'm at your service, sir. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
I imagine? You can't be here. Huh? Fuck it. Christ. Did I imagine it? Never mind.
Christ. What now? Fucking
Shut off.
I must be mad. Huh? I heard something. To hell with it. Fuck it.
Get out!
Yes, I can.
What?
Ah, Christ. Huh? Did I imagine it?
You silly doggy.
Greetings.
The best way.
I hate sweeping.
Glad to see you.
You have the gall to
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king.
Don't try that on me. This is connected with Ruthard, isn't it? And tell the...
I want to know what Sigismund tells the...
You want to spy? Do you know what you'll risk? Forget it!
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position...
All right, all right. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't... And that will be the end of our...
All right.
You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook is roughly around your age. Maybe he... Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to...
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer. Which reminds me, you'll need his... Otherwise, you won't...
What will I need to work as...
Fast feet and good manners.
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve the king in a...
Well, no.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting.
Where can I find the cook?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today, from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost say that is, if he's up and about after his booze...
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is...
What would work on him?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get...
I'll be going then.
Just make sure we both...
Are we going to have gruel again tonight?
No, sorry.
Do you want me to arrest
Around
you?
with that door.
Leave that to our feet.
The gaffer bought one for everyone. Not for you. My respects.
That city tournament.
Good day to you.
Go.
Aye. I reckon I'll have a look first, and maybe next week I'll even...
Nothing looks like moving somehow.
A fine day for some fine wares.
Leather pouches!
Have you got those clothes for me?
Broadcloth.
Here they are.
Woolen
The best
broadcloth.
fabric. The finest...
Greetings.
Surely you can wait a while. Here you are. The finest fabric.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. And you impatient fella.
You must be Fran to Cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard...
I am.
Dyed broadcloth. Beautiful colours.
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your...
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I... Why would you want to stick your nose...
I just have to get in there. And I have an important message for the king about a plot.
But why would you want to get to him as a way...
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it. So I have to...
I see. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked... Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected?
Well, to tell the truth...
You're off to a great start, but whatever. If you make... Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you.
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. Here it is. Oh, look, the main thing is, don't lose it before...
Thanks.
You better not...
Hands, nails, take your pick. All quality wear.
Shoes! Shoes here! Shoe rip... Repair while you wait.
Some fine wares.
I'll be closing soon. Shop while you can.
What would you like?
Hot lid.
Show me your...
Come and take your pick.
Sale.
Tools here.
Stores closing. Last chance.
Horseradish. Delicious.
Greeting.
Come and get some wonderful
What do you have?
I was glad to be...
Help to you, good sir. Last time it rained for a week straight, we were up to our knees in our...
Franta Cooldown sent me.
Franta's not coming.
He got poisoned. He's writhing in agony. By turns.
Oh, that's enough. We can't be without a waiter here. So, have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure.
Everything. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic, you have. You can put your steel aside in front of the council chamber, along with your other stuff. You don't want to be dragging a load if you're... Everything as it should be. Do you know what your duties are for an inexperienced greenhorn like...
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice.
I should certainly hope. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and in short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them white Tokai or red monastery wine.
White or red by the door to the chapel.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly, we can't allow that to happen in the...
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the background and keep quiet until someone asks me something?
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and in general, a good waiter...
Oh?
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from... Understood?
Absolutely.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, but you'll manage it.
I know everything I need.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to...
There are the pitchers of wine.
Our current
splashing in one's
Waffen
shoes.
is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Häuptler in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnik, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it?
Are you deaf or something?
Where did they get them?
White. You're the one who should know where they got them. Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you
Am I supposed to drink red when I want
All
to
I'm
cook?
saying is that they had them, Herrgott.
I apologize,
It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubräger everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves.
That's not a good idea,
with a
sir.
few
This
rusty
is
helmets.
unbelievable. And who is it you want to fight? Exactly. The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be
Pour me
here
red
forever.
wine.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the Yemenish state of our armory, and the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it
Waiter, get me white. So, the cleanliness of the city is not
This is unbelievable.
what it should be. The current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right. We do have the new baths in Hopbrink, and Adam's old ones.
More wine?
But I hear the Hopbrink baths are more of a pigsty.
They still are a bit, but the quality...
I need something from... There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by
And...
a silver goblet. She sneaked. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich go and get it, and don't...
That's not be fooled. What do you mean? The tax brings in some money to the town.
I can't.
You're supposed to do what you're told. But suit yourself. I'll go and get...
Took charge of the baths, the profits would be much bigger. And all the other baths would chip in with their taxes too.
What? More baths? Surely not.
The need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor
Waiter, pour me red wine.
If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a...
Waiter, I want a monastery wine.
Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Sir?
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths. Unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important.
Hey, waiter! Pour me some monastery wine.
Arguing about
Sorry,
who
sir.
is going to wash where and how.
Orders from above.
This is unbelievable.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until
Hey,
His
waiter,
Majesty
pour
honors
me
us
some
with his
monastery
visit.
wine.
And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
I'm speaking about the Rutard
I wanted
incident.
red.
You were there, weren't you?
It's noisy here.
Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving me.
Full cup
Are you
of monastery
defending
wine.
Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard.
Thank you,
True,
waiter.
but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were several dead.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble.
Hey, waiter.
He is
Pour
sensible
me some
enough
tobacco.
not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true. Because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end
Well,
to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries, students, other scum of all kinds, but city councillors?
Be specific, Forsooker. Are you blaming one of us?
I'd like some white.
Ah, and look who spoke first.
First of all, it wasn't a duel. It was supposed to be an honorable combat. And I didn't even take part in it.
And that's the only reason you're still here on the council and not in the pillory.
If you want to blame somebody, you should point the finger at the youngster here who...
Excuse me?
Never mind.
I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German men.
Refill,
sir.
Do you think I come to the council just to guzzle wine? Come here!
What can I help you with?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now. But if you...
I really should.
A fine servant you...
Are punished by the bailiff. And that's that. There are more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their own way. We'll soon be the laughing stock of the whole town.
Pour me some monastery wine.
I'd like to
Rest
oblige.
assured the whole town is already laughing.
What kind of a donkey have they sent me? Are you only deaf or complete? I've never been so ashamed in my life. And in front of the get-out.
Constantly at the Emperor charge.
The city reserves are in urgent need
pictures
of
of
new
wine.
weapons.
Hopefully I won't
Our
splash
current
anyone's
Waffen
shoes.
arsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it. Should the town reserve have worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Elders?
I
I'm
apologize.
saying that the bandits
Which
who
one?
freed Hillich, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That Hackenbücher. Hand cannon. Can you believe it? Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them. Since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely knows this too.
What is it, Elders? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize
I'd
what
like some monastery wine.
this
Refill
is.
my cup, boy.
The Dry Devil is running
not a
free.
good idea,
There are
This is
Raubritter
unbelievable.
everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty halberds.
And who is it you want to fight, exactly? The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection.
I fancy some Tokai, a
König
refill boy.
and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king can arrive at any moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with brooms?
You're right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the Yemenish state of our armory, and the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes.
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then the Dörfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind. Vielleicht?
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
I fancy some Tokai.
So the cleanliness of the city is not
a good idea,
what
sir.
it should be.
This is unbelievable.
Current baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right. We do have the new bath and hot brink. And
More
Adam's
wine,
old one.
Master Bailiff.
But I hear the Hopring bats are more.
I need something. There is an item in my study that she thought she could wriggle out of it by a silver goblet. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, go and get it. And
Where can I find...
use your eye and come right back.
Town baths. But let's not be fooled.
What do you mean?
The tax brings in some money for the town, yes. But it's still just a tax.
And what else would you want?
If the town itself took charge of the baths, the profits would be much bigger. And all the other baths would chip in.
So, did you find...
I did.
Not so loud. And now go back to...
The need for cleanliness and citizens' health should not be underestimated.
Nor overestimated. If someone needs to wash, there's a river just a few steps from the city walls.
Certainly. And they can get leeches there for free as well. And while he's there, a man can shave and take a... you-know-what.
So what? Going to the baths is neither a civic duty nor a right.
Have you forgotten the Black Death? A great many people died needlessly.
Are you questioning God's plan? The Black Death had nothing to do with the baths, unless the Lord wishes to punish the wickedness that's going on in there.
Keeping the city clean is important, but we don't have money to spend. Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way, at least until His Majesty honors us with his visit.
I fancy
As we
some
know,
Tokai.
Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can hate all he wants, as long as he does no damage. Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me?
Sir?
Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Well, I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You were there, weren't you?
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything.
I'd like some white.
My ears must be deceiving me. Are you defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked yours, as I've heard, then we have a good reason to punish him.
What happened there? Leave nothing out.
I don't like Rutard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it.
Hey, waiter.
I heard there were
Pour me some
several
monastery
dead.
wine.
Did you? That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Rutard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
That's true.
Well,
because if we don't do something about him, the king himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's no point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels. It's not only barbaric, but also illegal. I could understand it with mercenaries, students, other scum of all kinds, but city councillors?
Be specific, Forsooker.
Boy,
Are you blaming
I'd like
one of
some
us?
white.
Ah, and look who spoke first.
First of all, it wasn't a duel.
Sir?
It was supposed to be an honorable combat. And I didn't even take part in it.
And that's the only reason you're still here on the council and not in the pillory.
If you want to blame somebody, you should point the finger at the youngster here who's...
Excuse me?
Never mind.
I suspect the gentleman from the city's sword-fighting school brought this custom to us. It's now run by the German men.
Refill, sir?
Do you think I come to the council just to guzzle wine?
What can I help you with?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take... I can't just get up and walk.
All right.
I knew I could, while you're at it, count how many figures on the mural have wings. Because I'm bored.
What's that? There are more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison. The guards are apparently settling accounts their
That
own
was easy
way.
enough.
We'll
And he wanted
soon
me
be
to
the
count the
laughing
winged
stock of the
figures.
whole town.
You can rest assured the whole town is already laughing at us all day long. So what if they have one more reason?
So, let's see.
I found your gloves.
Really? And did you count those wings?
No one is left unscathed. And you, a councillor, let people throw dirt on our work?
I counted 20.
And you counted correct, so you can have a bit of fun in the evening too.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
Since there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals, the building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster? Hire more craftsmen, start with night shifts.
Wait! Haven't you noticed?
Pour me some
the
monastery
going
wine.
on? Are the experts from far off supposed to work in a city under siege?
Besides, I get the feeling there's something other than the welfare of the city behind your complaints.
Oh, you do? Do you? And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
Then hell freezes over, my friend. Your place is at least 2 steps behind mine.
A swordsmith
Why?
dares to
I
insult
like them
me?
white.
Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat
It's
for the
you?
services
I
our
see
guild
you've come up in
provided
the world.
and still
From a bathhouse
provides
boy
to
to
the
a
crown.
waiter.
Well,
You'll go
I
a long
hope
way.
you're not supplying equipment to the army.
One day I'll
If
be
that's
the
all
bailiff
they
here.
have, they
Wait
will be
and see.
defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from
You're
the
a
House
very
of
soul
Longpring.
lad. I like that.
Those wrestlers of theirs, of course. People from the whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is to me. Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago, the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten. What do we have to discuss next?
Sir?
Thank you, waiter.
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Rootard.
Azonal Gyurcsek össze, a legjobb katonákat, és keljenek útra!
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
And like this plan of fights!
Come now, Father. Put a little life into your dying. See more
I'd rather be at one than here.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't...
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the... And you saved my neck and Henry's too.
None of that matters.
Who knows? Maybe that...
You know what? Do you know any of the guests?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home.
I wouldn't be too sure. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malta?
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
And can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg. And you know how... If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend wine, women...
What do you plan to do now, Ura?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance for...
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests.
Indeed you should. After...
Oh, don't start with that.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're...
Good day to you. Innkeeper, a beer.
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect... I'm Godwin.
Peace be with you. Neither...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell, and we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court, and this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here? Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you...
Because we all... And why would they not stir?
Are you here to arrange...
We have more serious matters. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain...
Why are you telling this to a Koimer?
Everything in good time.
Did you come to lend money to the...
Not to lend, but to give. Help.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercy...
You remind me of my young friend Henry.
Henry? That...
You know each other. You're both around the...
That would be him. But we did not get off to a very good start.
Henry's done a few things I'd like to give him a slap or two for. But like they say, for a young stripling, he's been through plenty. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he...
Wait, a blacksmith from Scarlet's?
Aye, that's right.
I knew of someone. A blacksmith by the name of...
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous...
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one.
And that was all...
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered a...
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own. On the orders of the Lord of Henry's real...
I don't care if he took care of 20 other mams.
That boy's blood father denied him. Just like...
A person can't choose their parents. And
Enough. I'd rather have it...
For that, there...
Good health.
L'chaim.
glad you finally accepted my invitation.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin, a friend of the...
Baron Vauquelin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arrêt. I am a warrior, a traveler.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I...
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, but... How did you end...
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after... and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn.
That needs some explanation.
Oh, misère.
You're quite mistaken.
Ah, this Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farm hands. Do tell me about it. No doubt you...
My last big battle was in...
I've heard of this battle.
Aye. And it was there I decided it was nothing for me.
Then, what are you doing?
The Lord moves in... You say you're a poet?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but... I think not.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled. And if you are interested in my...
And you wouldn't by any chance know that...
Which one do you mean? I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning...
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. And my great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia...
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here, too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected.
And to yours.
I would have expected a bit more sense from you. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be good.
It's not a thing I've ever boasted of.
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be...
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask.
As it happens.
Excellent. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has served...
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the...
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and set...
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his... But we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
If Sigismund decides to mount an attack on the camp, it'd be a massacre.
Ah, but it won't. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves. But
he can't retreat either.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary. For the plan to work, we need allies. Their money and their determination. We just need negotiators who...
Are you saying you set everything in motion?
More like in parallel. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea...
You've got an interesting...
You're certainly not the first to tell me that.
Why are you doing all this?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths. And also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian...
I'll help you.
I'll give you 3 names. Bocek of Kunstadt, Haman Alder, and Anna of... If you can get those 3 on our side, meanwhile...
What if it doesn't work?
I refuse to even consider that outcome.
Why me?
Because you've got a head on your shoulders. You and your friend Henry are similar in that respect. That there aren't many like you two.
Tell me a bit more about those people.
Certainly. Who do you want?
Bocek of Kunstadt.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates. He doesn't play the big game. Because he always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up...
Alder the Alderman.
He still is. The only one who... Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuten. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers.
Anna of Waldstein.
Wenzel Bartosz.
I was quite surprised to see her here.
A male affair? Anna is holding back and behaving like an exempt. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws. She knows.
And what use can she be to us?
She's as sharp as they come when there are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth and that it was thanks to her.
I'll get on it then.
I wish us both luck.
I'd rather discuss those alliances. God be with you. No, there's something I'd like to ask.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that.
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady.
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure.
How do you know Liechtenstein?
I know most of the people here very well. Many of them certainly have doubts about the Mark, but they wouldn't dream of stating them aloud. While it seems that Lord Liechtenstein...
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food.
Who did you learn from?
I acquired the basics from my husband, and the rest I learnt quickly. So, to the point.
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with...
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why...
It's not only your money we're interested... You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part...
Then I'd be helpful to you on 2 fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has...
who's that?
Haman Al... Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him...
And these papers I'm supposed to switch?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts, but...
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear.
And the papers I'm supposed...
Just insignificant documents. If...
All right, I'll help you.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the... Bring them to me. But watch yourself.
tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Not even Bocek?
Not even Bocek. He's a great lord.
Take a look at that. A nightingale.
What? Huh? Don't you want to... What brings you here? Greetings.
Aren't you a bit bored?
What's your problem? The horse...
God forbid. But
Not really.
I left something behind in the shed.
Is that so?
Oh, just a wee gift for Lord Odorin.
The younger or the elder?
Do you think there are two lords of Raborsh? For my...
All right, all right.
And you said you forgive him.
But for the last time.
Still.
I've got those papers from all...
Quiet! You don't have to announce...
Lady, with all the clamour going on, here they are.
You're more capable than I...
You're welcome.
As agreed. I will...
Thank you, noble lady.
Yes, quite.
I'd like to, but I'm afraid I've had more...
Wise.
I'd like to check your horses out. See if they're...
Ha! Even better. But you...
And you might not believe your eyes when... Well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to...
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with...
I apologize.
For interrupting our conversation?
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak...
I came with a delegation from Sir...
Is this a joke?
Why so strict, Mark?
20 years ago, he was nothing but a cheat. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some... Only it wasn't long before they kicked... And then I find out that he took his boozing and whoring along with him. Lost everything.
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the...
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you describe...
You're exaggerating. Like you've...
Me? Exaggerating? Your whores wandering around as if they owned the place.
Oh, actually, anything fun was strictly banned under... But maybe you ought to try it yourself sometime. Then maybe you...
Dishonor...
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor. If you had any, you'd be...
That's enough!
Christopher...
You won't get away with those insults. I challenge you...
I'm not happy about it. This isn't how I imagined my first...
Make room for us. We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
Swing with your whole arm, not just your wrist.
That will... My God. Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. You could...
I was in a war. Right after the... And you ought to know yourself. Not...
Aye. Well...
So Father would be only he'll never be satisfied.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least...
Not at all. I remember in the city, when I was 6 years old, I felt he wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting. He let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first...
Only 3 days?
I always wondered who you were.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled but now I have a chance.
And that's why you want to talk?
I've got to get him on our side and to co-op.
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's time to put it into action.
After your encounter... Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it. Unless...
What else can I do?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure.
All right, then. You've heard your... It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back...
Only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds...
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Greetings. Greetings to you too.
Take a look at that.
And that's exactly why we mustn't push you.
They're without honor.
We're trying to forge an alliance against our common enemy.
They're trying to do one thing and one thing only.
Greetings to you,
Line
friend.
their pockets.
Sir Bocek,
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and Jobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes.
On the contrary.
Does that improvement include a few thousand...
A few thousand men-at-arms, only in order to get them.
You've got my attention, but not my money.
Don't worry, it's not just your money I want to draw on.
Really? Name at least...
Anna of Volstein, for instance.
Truly? Well, let's see about
I wouldn't mention the word...
All right. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, I can't risk it all in a conflict.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you open...
My guarantee is called Yitka. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house...
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't...
How about young...
He's a youngster still.
What's wrong with him? He's young, he's handsome, and he'll give her a whole bunch of...
And to half the wenches in his domain. On the other hand, the lords of Lipa have a good reputation, and maybe it's not...
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon.
I don't care what the young lord thinks. If he agrees, I'll be...
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice.
Sir Hanush!
You do?
I've gained us a...
And who is it? I hope it's not one of those couldn't...
On the contrary! It's Bocek...
Couldn't start? My Christ, how the hell did you...
Well, there's one little catch.
Out with it.
Lord Kunstad has a niece, so...
Hans Capon is to marry... Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe so. Young Hans is to marry...
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa.
Oh, forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
Cheers!
Cheers to you!
The crossroads.
Sir Bocek, your niece Yivka...
So Hanush agreed?
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end.
Thank you.
Enough formality. We'll...
Cheers to the beautiful lady...
Here's to a...
so one of the branches fell off.
I'm still hoping it works out and we walk out of here with a clear...
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goal.
Is this supposed to be yours?
Like I said, tell me, Godwin of the...
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bojek of...
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you...
This is going to be a long story, and I could use...
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes! And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the verbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
Yes! The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants! Chicken shits! Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
I apologize, sire. I'll do everything in my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Marquardt, was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you were harsh, but rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks had a good year. We have concerns, friend. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years of Wenceslas' reign brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities, and get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp's nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Marquardt. And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king. You did a good job, waiter. You can be proud of yourself.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the council was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosch will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white. We have had enough of red.
White it is. Quickly! If Rabosch falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
But to bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants would only benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Lord
Fuck him, mate.
I will charge the enemy with cavalry.
How'd you like our wine?
The art of winemaking has a long tradition in recipes are passed on from father to son. I myself was practically even the French royal court. The king himself had one.
So you're not too keen?
Come on, dear. If you try hard,
I'd like to drink a toast with you. So, too touching. Come now.
I never had one.
Truly?
Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is.
See now. Only there's nothing to drink. Fuck.
I've got a tongue like a slice of...
Well, get something wet.
His lordship is so unsteady on his lips.
To hell with that keg slop. I had my eye on him all evening. And left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs.
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt it.
Rather, we didn't end up like that. I'm filled with grief. Your Alicia was falling out, begging to be eaten. I couldn't when those two were you right about Sigismund? The sooner he's gone, the sooner life.
They got by without us so far. They'll be fine. He would be much use anyway. You're
Poor bride, too. She'll have to be big. Maybe it'll be a happy marriage.
I bet you made it up anyway. I would just call you...
excuse-moi, half of the French court knows me by that name.
Well, not in France now. Here, nobody knows.
About the girls? Or the piglet?
I'd rather eat well. All right. Sorry, mate. But you're right about Sigismund. The sooner he's gone, the sooner life returns to this country.
Let's
drink and play. I haven't eaten so well in a long time.
Drink and stuff your craw anywhere, even at home. This is about politics.
Just a bit longer.
You already said that.
What does it matter? We reached an agreement, but it's going to take time to raise an army.
I still can't
Until
wait
then,
for that ginger.
Sigismund's men can trample over us one after another.
Just a bit longer. Was brown-haired, though.
You already said that.
Talk about fucking Sigismund, you twat. I love my Alicia.
All right. Sorry, mate. But you're right about Sigismund. The sooner he's gone.
Come on,
the sooner
someone will
life
see us.
Hey, let's drink to that.
The king
Come
Wenceslas.
It's a bit of contrary, old ghost. Half of us only came here for the feast anyway.
I haven't eaten so well in a long time.
Just a bit longer.
You already said that.
That may be true. But good wine on the table, the argument, any debate going on around it.
What does it matter?
Strong words.
We reached an agreement.
I thought your Alicia was brown-haired, though.
Best thing we can do is stay right here.
Oh, the piglet. All right. Sorry.
Hey, Mick! Where are you supposed to keep watch? That's all
Stuff doing with that front.
Don't talk about it.
Baron Baku.
The roast was calling out, begging to be eaten. I couldn't resist either. When those two go.
Beast.
Sorry,
From cleaning up this...
I need help with something. I mean the ones with the really good wine?
And you're one of them.
I should say so.
And I'm the king. Anyway, I don't know nothing about no wine. In case you haven't noticed, try asking my ma.
I've come to rescue...
Really?
Well,
Oh, do you play dice?
You mean...
You strip if you like. Either way, you'll end up there.
I'll give that a...
Not up. Look, if you want a bit of fun, go and see Dasha. She slept with half... You farmyard beast!
Good day.
Sorry, I don't...
What do you think? A fortress full of hungry mouths and...
I haven't eaten so well in a long...
He didn't have to choose me. My old ma spent her...
Wait! You're Kavietta's daughter!
It's been a long time since any... I was afraid you'd forgotten me.
You haven't changed as a...
But I have. And you've changed too. You left a horse... Not at all.
And how have you been all this time?
Not really. When he remarried, and I also got married. And soon I had my little Elishka running around under my feet in the kitchen. Young Sir Christopher used to come and play with her sometimes.
And your husband?
Kuba. He died when Elishka was just a baby.
God grant him... Tell me more about...
She's a big girl now. She's a maid here.
Well, aren't you worried about her?
Even as a little girl, she used to beat up the boys in the village.
Why don't we go somewhere together? And...
You really haven't changed. You ought go and have a drink and stop chasing girls.
Where might I find the really...
Why? You don't...
It's not for me.
Aha. If you go down the cellar stair, it's Lord Odorin's best.
I spent half the...
The rat'll be good, I hope.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootard. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you beat it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir! Sir! There's some horsemen right out front of the fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. He wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to this celebration, you old fox.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Jesus! The surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own!
You got it! Bash him on the head! He's done for!
Nice! Right chance!
One step back!
All these
Jesus! The surrounding Christopher! He can't make it on his own. You caught him out fleetly!
I'll be done with you at last.
You caught him out fleetly! Get him!
Come on, Ned! You're getting off his block! Not one step back! Stand your ground!
Another one like that.
Fucking old
Light him up!
These tramps are horrible! What could have caused them?
Take that!
Do it! Die, you wretch!
Show what you're made of!
Nice hit!
I'm bleeding!
Don't take quick, do that! Take that!
No more mistakes!
Bleeding like a stuck pig! Yeah! Smash his spike teeth! That won't work for me!
Nice strike!
You won't get me!
I'm bleeding!
No chance! This is how we fight in trouble!
Go!
Oh, you led him on nicely!
Take that!
Let him have it! Now I'll show you.
Fucking whore sons!
Go to hell! Christ! These tramps are horrible! What could have caused them?
Oh, my stomach. Must have food poisoning. Shit your eyes out.
Quick!
No, you don't. You slur! Christ! These... Get on, you're going to get it! No chance! You're having the time! I'll be done with you in a flash. It's a wonder you're still standing. I'll teach you. See, you shit. You're no match for me. Slice him
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Did my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I...
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some...
They captured Odorin, Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but
Where did they go?
they've got to raise an army for us. And I hope...
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
More of a...
But, as you can see...
I'll gladly play dead. Be so kind.
What happened, Godwin?
Anna of Waldstein. She didn't stand a chance again.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother. But only almost.
What do you mean, almost?
I got there in time to help him. Christopher tried to defend our father, but nearly...
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally.
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchek's a money-grabbing magpie. We'll have to wait for the other side's move anyway.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Burgov's...
You knew he was coming.
He wanted Odorin. He probably had no idea they'd find most of Sigismund's enemies here in Rome.
I bet he couldn't believe his fucking luck.
And Sigismund will be moving at a gallop. We have to be really careful now.
Is there anything we can...
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Yobs.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God's teeth.
The king announced one more thing at the council. He ordered it.
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people.
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he...
They're our allies.
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing.
Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go...
Anyway, we've got work to do.
Give me a moment. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know about it.